Have you ever had this beard experience before? Please ride along with me on this journey as I paint a picture. Okay, you get out of the shower, you gently dry your beard to a damp-like state. You then get out your comb of choice, whether it's a pick comb, rake comb. Once again, gently let the tool do the work. Don't work the tool. You're going through your beard, kind of detangling, getting all the issues out. Then you get the appropriate amount of beard oil in your hand, massage it into your fingertips. Then you're going to the source, the skin, right, where we want to get that replacement for the sebum oil that's leaving the face and going down the beard. And then you want to spread it out evenly throughout your beard. So you're getting it down in there, you're running your fingers through it. And the last step is you want to really treat those old soldiers, right? The end of the beard is who have lived the longest. So you take your hands, you run them down, you get down to the bottom. But when you do that, as your hands are coming together, something very distinctly stands out and you feel what seems like a very small but dense bead. All right, let's go with a similar but even worse story here. Same situation, you're going through detangling, combing your beard. Maybe you applied the oil already and you're using the comb afterwards to spread the product evenly. And all of a sudden, some crazy evil sorcery strikes and that comb perfectly hits a spot that grabs onto a single hair and rips out the most deeply planted, painful hair that's ever been attached to your face, and you just, you go through that pain. Well, you, my friend, have experienced what we call a single hair knot. This is when the hair literally turns on itself and folds into a knot. I don't even know if fold is the proper term, but yeah, I'll go with fold, but wraps into a knot. It knots itself on your beard hair. Single hair beard knot. This video is going to tell you what causes that and give you some tips and tools for how you can prevent it in the future. If that sounds like it's useful for your life, or maybe you're watching this video for somebody else's beard, if this is helpful in any way, please hit a thumbs up right now to show that you appreciate the video. I know some of you forgot, but hey, there's your reminder. And welcome to the video. Whether you're returning, whether you are new here, my name is Dan C. Bearden. If you're returning, bro hug, fist bump, handshake, whatever you're comfortable with for your preference there. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing to this channel if you like beard content. Look through my other videos and see if there's something that stands out to you. And I would love to hear from you guys with feedback in the comments. Maybe tell us where you're at with your beard journey. How long it is, how long you've been growing, any questions you have. This is the channel that's here to help you guys out. Let's take a look at the causes of these single hair beard knots. The first one is if your beard hairs are naturally curly, you are more prone to this already. Quite simply, for this to happen, the hair has to curl back on itself to get knotted. And if the hair is already curly, it's just one more step closer to that happening. The second biggest factor in the causation would be dehydration. We talk about this all the time, so many aspects of bearding, but it is true. If you're not drinking enough water for you personally, for your skin, your beard, everything, you are more likely to get these beard knots because of what that hydration does for the strength and durability of those hairs. The number 3 factor that would go into these beard knots would be your grooming. If you are combing or brushing too fast, usually the combing side of things, you are more likely to have these beard knots. And let me hit you with an analogy that most people will relate to. Have you ever made the ribbons on the ends of balloons, right? Where you take a device, usually scissors, and you run it along the edge of that ribbon? What happens is the faster you go, it gets it to curl up more. The same exact thing happens with your individual beard hairs. If you're taking that tension and you are going too fast, what's going to happen at the end is that hair is going to taper on off and start that curling process. And then the last factor has to do with your sleeping. If you are tossing and turning at night and getting that beard all jostled around on the pillows, that can really cause some damage and really lead to those knots. Also related would be if you're not doing a dedicated night routine, whether that is oil or butter, getting the beard damp and putting those products on, whatever it may be, if your beard is dry, not nourished when you're going to bed, that's going to add on to that as well. And lastly, with your sleeping, this is all into one factor here. Think about the pillowcases that you are using. Silk and satin are the best. It's going to allow your beard to move around and not really get too much friction on there. If you're using something like polyester or cotton, that's causing a lot more friction, that's causing a lot more damage, and more likely to get those hairs turned upside down on each other and turn into that full out knot. Now that we've gone over the causes, most of the prevention is pretty self-explanatory, so we'll just hit it real quick and then give you some that maybe not as surface level explanatory. So let's say you are dehydrated, not drinking enough water, drink more water. If you're grooming too quickly, slow down. If you have issues with your night routine, develop that beard butter, get a satin pillowcase, maybe adjust the way that you're sleeping. If you're someone that sleeps on your side, maybe try sleeping on your back or not tossing and turning too much. I know that one's a little bit easier said than done, but it is a solution that you could have if that's your problem. But the other one, okay, well, Dan, I get that, but I'm naturally curly. There's nothing I can do about that. Well, there are some things that can help. Number one, above all, the healthiest beard possible is going to be the best way to prevent these beard knots. Even if you have the curliest beard in the world, the more healthy, the less likely this is to happen. Beyond that, though, is really think about developing a consistent and safe heat routine. Find the right temperature, the right tools, but the more you're consistent, the more you use that heat on a regular basis, it can really help to prevent those beard knots. It's one of the absolute best ways, especially if you have a curly beard. Now, to round it out, what if this has already happened? I have one right now. Dan, I got ready this morning. I found the knot. I'm holding on to it as I'm one-handed Googling how to get rid of it. I found your video. What do? You have to trim above the knot. Don't spend time trying to unknot it because it's likely already kinked and damaged to begin with. Just simply find the knot where it's at and get the single little scissors, shears, whatever you want to call them, and cut that hair. That's it. Toss it. Get rid of it. I've had several of them. It's kind of interesting once you get out. It's like, oh yeah, this is like a little bead over there, but you got to cut it. That's the only solution you have if the problem is there right now. Again, we looked at the causes. We looked at ways to prevent it, but the only way to currently solve it, give it a little snip. Let's rock a quick conclusion here. First off, of course, have you ever experienced these single beard knots? Let us know what you think caused it for you. Let us know what you did afterwards and any thoughts and experience you may have. And then also, do you have any questions? Is there something that was not clear or you're wondering? And is there something that you do to prevent this, to solve this that I did not mention? And you want to share it with other people to see? Maybe I just completely forgot and you knock it out of the park with a comment. I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching today. Again, if you made it all the way through, shout out to you guys. You're the real MVPs on this video. Thank you. Dan C. Bearded, stay bearded, and stay positive.